Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So today I want to of course give you guys an update on what is happening with Bitcoin and of course crypto. There is in fact a fair few charts, new charts that are in fact indicating that Bitcoin will soon enough reach back up to $31,000 and of course reach a new all-time high for this year alone in 2023, which is $35,000. Now Bitcoin right now, you guys can clearly see is still holding up at 30K. Right now it's currently at 30,700, and it seems like Bitcoin right now is in fact consolidating at this level. Now remember guys, right, a couple of days ago, okay, a few hours ago, right, we actually saw Bitcoin pump all the way up back up to $31,000, but obviously it did in fact have a small correction, right? You guys can clearly see that. And it seems like Bitcoin right now is in fact consolidating at this level. So we have in fact been seeing Bitcoin at around 30,600, and of course where it is now 30,700, right? But soon enough, I really do believe we will in fact see Bitcoin bounce back up to $31,000 and continuing to bounce back up to the upside, right? And I really do believe, okay, in a matter of a few days, right, I really do see Bitcoin reaching $35,000. Okay, so for all my Bitcoin holders out there, right, be excited for that because Bitcoin will reach $35,000. So get ready for that, right? It's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, obviously. Okay, even though yes, it's still at this level, at least we didn't see Bitcoin drop all the way back down, to $29,000 or $28,000. It looks like it is in fact consolidating, and Bitcoin does in fact consolidate a fair bit, right? Every single time we see Bitcoin pump massively, it's going to consolidate and have little small corrections, right? It needs to breathe a little bit. So in my opinion, obviously we can all agree that Bitcoin is still holding up very, very well. Now the entire cryptocurrency market today, not much movement at all, but that's understandable. For the past few days, this week alone, for the past 7 days, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins have been clearly pumping. You guys can clearly see that, right? For the past 7 days, Bitcoin is up over 15%, right? Almost 16%. Ethereum, on the other hand, 9%. Great to see. Cardano, 10%. Dogecoin, 8%. Same with Solana. Litecoin, 16%. Now look at Bitcoin Cash, 99%. We know Bitcoin Cash has been absolutely pumping. It's now well above $200, and today it's up 6%, right? So Bitcoin Cash has been absolutely pumping, us, but you guys can clearly see, right, for the past week, a lot of altcoins have in fact been performing very, very well. You guys can see Chainlink, okay, up 17%. Great to see for Chainlink, Cosmos, 10%. So you guys get the gesture, right? A fair few altcoins this week alone for the past 7 days have in fact been popping, but today not much movement, okay, which is understandable. Everything's just take a little breath, okay, it's understandable, but everything's still holding up very, very well, okay. But overall, yes, the global crypto market cap is still at 1.19 trillion, which is great. And overall, the market in total is sort of down slightly, but that's still okay. And you guys can see the dominance for Bitcoin is still at 50.1%, so over 50%. Okay, it's been quite some time since we've seen the Bitcoin dominance at 50%. So, that's obviously, great to see it's back up at 50%, right? And Ethereum is still at 19%, which is still great. Okay, so everything's still holding up very well. Now, I want to show you guys a fair few charts in this video. Like I said, okay, a fair few new charts. Okay, and you guys can clearly see, okay, this is indicating that, okay, we could potentially see Bitcoin, have a small correction down to the downside, right? Maybe, okay, and it's saying here, indicating that, what's next, right? Are we going to see Bitcoin drop all the way back down to 27,000 and then bounce back up? Or is Bitcoin just going to, consolidate on where it is now and just bounce back up, up to the upside at $35,000. Okay, time will tell, we will see. But yes, if we do in fact see some small corrections, we're gonna see Bitcoin drop to like $29,000 to $28,000, I believe. I don't think it's gonna drop too hard in my opinion, and then it's just gonna absolutely go up, right? This pump that we have in fact been seeing for the past few days for Bitcoin will continue on to the upside. It's gonna have another leg up, like what it's been doing all of 2023. Okay, and this chart is pretty much similar to the one that I just showed you guys, right? And you guys can clearly see the structure here for Bitcoin, right? The last time we have seen Bitcoin reach $30,000, in fact, $31,000 was back in April, right? So it's been like 2 months since we have seen Bitcoin above $30,000. And right now we are in fact, pretty much well above 30K. Okay, we know that. So, that's obviously, great to see. And I think this leg up will in fact continue on. Okay, this rally will in fact continue on to the upside. Okay, because we are in fact seeing some very, very strong green candles. Okay, there's obviously a lot of FOMO, there's obviously a lot of heavy buying right now. Okay, so it's looking very, very bullish for Bitcoin. It seems like everyone is in fact being greedy right now. Okay, so that's that. Now, this is also another chart. Bitcoin will continue in the weeks to come. $35,000 is a magnet, and I think that's very possible, right? Like I said many times, I think in the next few days, potentially, okay, we will in fact see a 35K Bitcoin, maybe, okay, potentially, a few days or a week time or a few weeks time, soon enough, guys, okay, we will in fact see a 35K Bitcoin, and I want you guys to be prepared for that, right? So yes, guys, DCA, right? It's still early. Okay, we know Bitcoin is still nowhere near its previous all-time high, so it's still a great buy right now. We are still in the buy era. We're still in the accumulation stage. Okay, we really are, right? Even though, yes, Bitcoin has in fact been pumping for the past few months, ever since we have hit bottom last November and December. Yes, all of 2023, we are in fact having a recovery pump right now, but still, we are still in the buy era because, Bitcoin is nowhere near its previous all-time highs. We're not even halfway through its previous all-time highs. You know what I mean? So still, Bitcoin is still cheap in my opinion, even at $30,000, especially if you're investing for long term, and you should be, because we know Bitcoin as an asset that has store of value, right? It really does. So in my opinion, it's never too late to start stacking, guys. It's never too late to start, dollar cost averaging, right? Investing, right? Buying. It really isn't. We are still in the buy era, like I said many times. Okay, and Bitcoin's gonna pump even more. So take this as an opportunity, right, to buy more Bitcoin, because eventually it's gonna reach $40,000. It's gonna reach $50,000. I've been mentioning this many times. I really do believe we will in fact see a 50K Bitcoin towards the end of this year in 2023, or maybe even earlier. Who knows, right? Because a lot of people are in fact saying Bitcoin can reach over 60K in the next few months, right, towards the end of this year in 2023. Well, time will tell, right? So those are from some very realistic price targets for Bitcoin to reach in the next few months, right? This rally that we are in fact seeing will continue, guys, because how do I know this? We have already hit bottom. Okay, every time, guys, in Bitcoin history, every single time we hit bottom, Bitcoin tends to pump, okay, and create a new pattern to the upside. So there's no way in hell we're going to see Bitcoin bounce back down to its previous lows, right? That has never happened in Bitcoin history, right? So just think about that, guys. It's all ups from here. I've been telling us that many times, okay? In the next upcoming few days, potentially, a few weeks, few months, okay, Bitcoin's going to pump, right? We're going to see Bitcoin go to, $32,000, $35,000, $40,000, 42, 45, 50, and the continuation of the rally will continue, like what we have in fact been seeing for the past few months, all of 2023, right? You guys can clearly see that Bitcoin is slowly creating a new pattern to the upside, and it's going to continue on, right? It just will. So be excited for that, okay? To all my Bitcoin holders out there. And this chart really just shows you guys that, okay? I love this chart. Shout out to Stock Money Lizards, okay? I love his charts and his, analysis on, Bitcoin and whatnot. But you guys can clearly see this chart does in fact show you guys every single time Bitcoin hits a bottom, it recovers. Okay, you guys can clearly see back in 2012, okay, Bitcoin from previous lows recovered up 6% and pre-halving, right? And then we had the halving, and that's when we saw Bitcoin pump like crazy. And then it dipped again, okay? And then you guys can clearly see in the pre-halving, okay, from, its low, Bitcoin recovered 3.5%, right? And then we had the halving, okay? And then that's when, Bitcoin really pumped up, okay? And then Bitcoin dropped, okay, created a new low, right? And then we saw some teaser pumps. It pumped 3.4% from the pre-halving. And then we officially had the halving, and then that's when Bitcoin pumped, right? Our most previous halving, right? In 2020, remember. And then just last year, 2020, we saw Bitcoin drop over 70% from its previous all-time highs to where it was at 15K last November. Okay, and guess where we are right now? We are in the pre-halving. And so far, Bitcoin has pumped at 1x, you know what I mean, from its low, right, of $15,000. So who knows how high Bitcoin can recover, right, in the pre-halving, okay? It could potentially do a 2x, a 3x, maybe even a 4x, 5x, a 6x. Who knows, right? Time will tell, but Bitcoin will pump from here, guys. Okay, we're going to see some teaser pumps like what it did in previous cycles in the pre-halving, right? Because the halving hasn't officially happened yet. Just know that, guys. That's why we call it a pre-halving, right? So we're going to see how Bitcoin performs, guys, right? For this year alone in 2023, and then once, okay, 2024 comes around, that is when, guys, the halving is going to happen. That's when we're going to see Bitcoin absolutely skyrocket. And that's why, guys, I really do see a 100K Bitcoin towards the end of the year in 2024. So I'm talking maybe October, November, or December in 2024, right? I think that's when we're going to see a six-figure Bitcoin, right? 100K Bitcoin. That's just my personal opinion. You guys let me know in the comments below. Down below, when do you guys think Bitcoin will reach 100K? Let me know. I'd love to know. But personally, I think it's going to be towards the end of the year in 2024. So you guys clearly see the structure. It's on track, right? Bitcoin is clearly on track. Okay. So it's looking pretty good, right? It's looking pretty good. Bitcoin is in fact on the right track right now. And I found this. Okay. I saw this on Twitter and I found it pretty interesting. You know what I mean? Like, what would you guys do? Okay, what would you pick? $1 million in property, $1 million in Bitcoin, or $1 million in gold, or $1 billion in cash, in fiat, disgusting money. So obviously, guys, okay, I just want to start with the cash. Obviously, no one out there would obviously keep $1 million in cash like in the bank, okay, because we know inflation is around, and you should never ever keep money like in the bank. You know what I mean? Always invest it, guys. Inflation is a real thing. And over the years, right, that $1 million in the bank over the next, I don't know, 10 years, let's just say, for example, would probably be worth like 700K. It wouldn't be worth 1 million because of inflation. We know everything is just rising in price. So that's why I always tell you guys to invest your money in assets. Don't keep it in the bank for long term, especially, right? So that's why I always tell you guys to invest your money into assets, right? Make your money work for you. And that's pretty much how you build wealth in the future, right? Especially if you're young. You know, if you guys are in fact young, definitely start investing into assets, right? Definitely, especially at a young age. It will just set yourself up in the future for sure. Now, gold, you guys know I'm not a fan of gold. Okay, yes, gold, okay, I understand it does obviously have store of value over the last few decades. Gold has been around for literally decades, years on years and years. It's been around forever, right? We know that. So personally, I don't invest in gold, okay, and I don't think I ever will, because gold, guys, yes, it has store value, right, and it holds its value, but it doesn't move, okay? Whereas Bitcoin, in the other hand, we know Bitcoin moves way more than gold, right? Let's just say for the past 10 years, Bitcoin has performed so much better than majority of these assets, even properties, right? Even properties, right? You know, 10 years ago, back in 2013, Bitcoin was worth like $100, just over $100. You know, 2013, I think, was the first time we ever seen Bitcoin break above $100. And now 10 years later, Bitcoin is now worth $30,000, you know, tens and thousands of dollars. And remember, at one point, Bitcoin was worth 69K, almost $70,000 for one coin. So just think about that. You guys let me know another asset that has performed way better than Bitcoin for the past 10 years. You can't, right? Like Bitcoin has just been performing way better than these other assets. Now, properties. Okay, you guys know, okay, I like properties. So it's either between properties and Bitcoin. But personally, guys, I would rather choose Bitcoin. Okay, you can call me a Bitcoin maximalist because I personally am, right? When I'm investing into crypto, I mainly just invest my money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And yes, I try to move my money around to other altcoins, but my main investments are obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm really a basic person, right? Because I'm here for long term. Okay, so personally, guys, I would choose Bitcoin, okay, and properties, right? Properties, we know, you know, I would say, you know, properties is obviously a number one investment. Okay, properties is how majority of people build their wealth, buy multiple properties, rent it out, and that's just passive income right there, guys, right? So yes, there's nothing wrong with investing into properties. There really isn't. And personally, I'm planning on buying my first ever property very, very soon, right? Because I really do believe, okay, properties is obviously a great asset to invest in. Okay, it really is. There's no doubt about that, right? Properties is for sure a great investment. There's nothing wrong with investing into properties, but overall, I'd rather choose Bitcoin, right? I would rather invest $1 million into Bitcoin than properties. That's just my personal opinion, right? That's that. But other than that, guys, the Fin Greed Index right now, you can clearly see, is currently at 64. Okay, slightly going back up. Yesterday was, in fact, at 62, but we're officially in the greens, back up at 64. So that's obviously great to see. So we're still in greed mode, which is great. Seems like a lot of people are, in fact, being greedy right now with Bitcoin. Seems like there's a lot of FOMO and whatnot with Bitcoin and crypto, which is a thumbs up, right? So that's amazing to see. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. More videos will in fact be coming your way today, so stay tuned for that. I will obviously be streaming today, so stay tuned for that as well. Come and join it. I would really appreciate that. If you guys have any questions, I'll try my best to answer it in the stream. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a best day, guys.